You probably have one of their products sitting in your desk drawer right now. For decades, their brand was closely associated with digital cameras, MP3 players, and the early days of the smartphone boom. But today, this household consumer electronics name has been quietly evolving. It is no longer just a seller of retail memory cards, it has become a critical player in the infrastructure behind modern data storage, spanning from personal devices to enterprise systems. The journey from the aisles of consumer electronics stores to the server racks powering the internet is a story of survival, adaptation, and reinvention. The narrative of this technological transformation begins in the late 1980s, when digital storage looked fundamentally different from today. In 1988, the computing world was dominated by spinning magnetic hard disk drives and floppy disks. These mechanical systems were the standard, but they came with clear limitations. They were bulky, consumed significant power, and were vulnerable to physical shock. A dropped device could easily result in data loss or drive failure. It was in this environment that three engineers, Eli Harari, Sanjay Mehrotra, and Jack Yuan, founded a company called SanDisk in Silicon Valley. Their belief was simple but unconventional: the future of storage would be solid state. Instead of relying on spinning disks, they envisioned data stored in non-volatile memory chips that could retain information without power. At the time, this idea was far from mainstream. Flash memory existed, but it was expensive, difficult to manufacture, and limited to specialized, high-cost applications. Still, the SanDisk team focused on improving reliability, reducing cost, and building the controller technology needed to make flash viable at scale. In 1995, the company rebranded to SanDisk to avoid confusion with Sun Microsystems and went public on the Nasdaq. The IPO provided capital to expand production and push into the growing consumer electronics market. Throughout the late 1990s and 2000s, SanDisk played a key role in shaping portable storage standards. It co-developed and helped popularize formats like CompactFlash, SD cards, and microSD cards alongside partners such as Panasonic and Toshiba. These formats became essential to digital cameras, mobile devices, and gaming systems. To scale manufacturing, SanDisk formed a long-term joint venture with Toshiba, now Kioxia, in 2000. This partnership allowed both companies to share the massive cost of building and operating semiconductor fabrication facilities. By the mid-2010s, the storage industry was shifting. Solid-state storage was gaining importance, especially in data centers. Western Digital, a leader in hard disk drives, moved to strengthen its position in flash by acquiring SanDisk. The deal closed in May 2016 for roughly $16 billion, bringing SanDisk under Western Digital's umbrella. For years, SanDisk operated as part of Western Digital's broader business. However, hard drives and flash memory operate on very different economic and technological cycles. Over time, investors began to see value in separating these businesses. In 2023, Western Digital announced plans to split its HDD and flash segments into separate entities, with the goal of creating a focused, pure-play flash memory company. As of early 2025, this transition was still in progress, with final structure, branding, and leadership details expected to follow. To understand how SanDisk generates revenue today, you have to look beyond retail products. At its core, the company revolves around NAND flash memory, a type of non-volatile storage used across nearly every modern computing device. The first major segment is enterprise and cloud storage. This includes high-performance solid-state drives designed for data centers and large-scale computing environments. These products are built for reliability, speed, and constant operation. SanDisk is one of several companies supplying storage solutions into this ecosystem, alongside major competitors like Samsung, Micron, and Solidigm. The second segment is client computing. SanDisk supplies storage components used in laptops, desktops, and tablets. Many modern devices rely on SSDs, and SanDisk's technology is embedded within systems sold by major global manufacturers. The third segment is embedded storage. This includes flash memory integrated directly into smartphones, automotive systems, and IoT devices. As vehicles and smart devices become more data-driven, demand for embedded storage continues to grow. Finally, there is the consumer retail business. This includes USB drives, memory cards, and portable SSDs. While margins are lower due to competition, this segment provides steady revenue and maintains strong global brand recognition. Behind all of this is a hybrid manufacturing model. SanDisk collaborates with Kioxia to produce NAND flash at scale, sharing the cost of fabrication. It then adds value through proprietary controllers and firmware, which manage how data is stored, accessed, and protected. SanDisk's relationship with the S&P 500 reflects its changing role in the market. During its peak growth years, it was included in the index as a major consumer technology player. When Western Digital acquired SanDisk in 2016, the company was removed from the index, as acquired firms no longer trade independently. From that point on, its performance was absorbed into Western Digital's broader financial results. The planned separation of Western Digital's flash business marks a potential return to independent market visibility. If successfully completed, the new entity could eventually qualify for inclusion in major indices again, though that would depend on market capitalization, profitability, and other criteria. Despite its strong positioning, the flash memory business faces significant risks. The NAND market is highly cyclical. When demand is strong, profits surge. But when supply outpaces demand, prices fall sharply, compressing margins and sometimes leading to losses. Customer concentration is another factor. A relatively small number of large customers can account for a significant portion of revenue. Changes in purchasing patterns or supplier relationships can have an outsized impact. Competition is also intense. Companies like Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron operate at massive scale, and some offer both NAND and DRAM, allowing them to bundle products in ways that pure-play NAND providers cannot easily match. Looking ahead, one of the biggest growth drivers is artificial intelligence infrastructure. AI systems require not only powerful processors but also fast, high-capacity storage to feed data into those systems efficiently. As data volumes grow, demand for high-performance flash storage is expected to increase. This creates opportunities for companies specializing in enterprise SSDs and advanced NAND solutions. At the same time, a more focused corporate structure, if the spinoff is completed, could allow the flash business to prioritize its own research, investment, and long-term strategy without being tied to the economics of the hard drive market. The story of SanDisk is one of long-term evolution. From pioneering flash memory in its early days to becoming part of a larger storage giant, and now potentially returning to independence, the company has continually adapted to shifts in technology and market demand. Its future sits at the intersection of risk and opportunity. The volatility of the memory market remains a constant challenge, but the growing need for high-speed data storage, especially in AI and cloud computing, positions it as an important player in the next phase of the digital economy. Thank you for taking the time to explore this story. If you found this breakdown useful, share your thoughts and let me know which company you would like to see analyzed next.